Do you ever feel like, what's the point of making something if I'm never going to show it? Do play and rest feel like big fat wastes? Waste of resources, waste of energy, waste of time? Does resting make you feel guilty or selfish? Today on Honestly, Dear Listener, we're talking about play and rest, what counts, what doesn't, and why they're important, nay, critical to our sustainable creative practice. We're two childhood best friends talking about creative mindset.
I'm Emily Hatch.
And I'm Carrie Schaefer, and this is Honestly, Dear Listener.
Honestly, dear listener.
Woo!
Hello.
Well, hello there.
Welcome.
To Honestly, Dear Listener.
Yes, we're finishing each other's
Sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh, God. Well, how's the last couple weeks been, dear listener? How's the last couple weeks been, dear Carrie?
They've been good. I went to the Shakespeare Festival in Cedar City, watched some
Nice.
plays, came back working on a book. So,
Oh, hell yeah.
all the things. What about you?
Oh,
I
it's
don't know why I'm
been,
talking like this.
I think I said Carrie, and I
Ah.
also said Heller. I don't really know what's gone on in my
You set
mind.
the scene. I was
I
just
did.
yes-anding.
Yep, yep. Well, I've been just fine, and sometimes good. And I went to Colorado because my cousin got married, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw like family I haven't seen in forever, which was very good and also weird. Just like, whoa, you're my relative, and we look like similar to each other. Whoa. And I haven't talked to you in like 15 years. Cheers.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was good. So that's how that is.
We haven't done this for a while.
Mm,
Let's talk about things that are interesting to us or things that we've noticed. I've got one. I
mm.
don't know how to say it though. I'm probably going to butcher it, and I should have looked up how to pronounce it. The word is frisson? Frisian? Damn
Mm.
it. They're known as aesthetic chills or psychogenic shivers. It's a psychophysiological response to rewarding stimuli, including music, films, stories, people, photos, rituals that has
Mm.
to do with pleasurable experiences.
It's like when you get goosebumps or,
Yes,
yeah.
I'm going to look up how to pronounce it so I'm not leading anyone astray.
Okay.
Frisson. Okay, so
Oh.
apparently you pronounce it frisson, but what is the bastard American English version? Hold on.
Phrasing.
Right. Frisson. Frisson is what apparently Merriam-Webster is telling me. It's
That's like when I was like in school and I had too many perms. Just frizz on.
frisson. Yeah, I live for frisson. Can
Mm.
you tell me about times that you've experienced frisson in your life?
Oh my God, all the time. If my students do something particularly like cool with their choices and their songs, I frizz on all over that. And
Uh-huh.
that was weird. And then um like I've been talking to someone about a story lately, and we were like coming up with ideas about songs we could put together. And once in a while, we'll like start going like, and then this, and then this, and then yeah, and then like my hairs stand up, and he's like, me too. So
Mhm.
yeah. What about
Yep.
you? When do you get your frizz on?
I I notice it especially when I'm listening to certain pieces of music, and it's usually some kind of evocative, emotional piece. I hear it when Celine Dion sings certain songs. I
Mm,
heard it last night. My family and I watched Into the Woods, the musical, the movie though.
mm,
And when Meryl Streep sings Stay With Me,
mm,
which I right now have playing on loop in reality and also in my head,
mm.
um, it I had it. Can I just say as an aside though, how incredible it is to live in a time where we get to experience Meryl Streep's brilliance. I
Mm,
mean, is there anything that woman can't do in
for
terms
real.
of performance? I mean, like she can sing, she
Mm,
can obviously act.
mhm, mhm,
And I've seen her dance, so great job, Meryl. Also, I will listen to an audiobook. I don't care what audiobook it is. I don't care who wrote it. I don't care what it's about. But if I know that she's narrated it, I'm gonna listen to it. I don't think she narrates very many. She's narrated Nora Ephron's Heartburn. I think that's what it's called. And also
mm,
Anne Patchett's new book, Tom Lake, she's narrated.
mm,
I'll yeah. So anyway, I think I feel frisson about Meryl.
just in
Yeah.
general.
Just just
Nice.
in just in general.
Yep,
She makes it
yep.
look so freaking easy and then you get up to do it and you're like, "Oh shit, this is hard. Meryl, what were you doing?"
I also you never hear her first name by itself. Meryl
Mhm.
Streep is like this really romantic sounding name, but Meryl is not.
Mhm.
Oh, Meryl.
Oh,
Like,
Meryl.
yeah, she's amazing. What you know what's really weird? This I don't know that I even like saying this in a recorded setting, but
Ooh.
sometimes when I sing and I'm performing, I get goosebumps. And that
Mm.
feels really weird because you're like, I just gave myself goosebumps. Like that
Yeah.
it's not that I was so good that I gave myself goosebumps. It's more just like I will feel this like huge connection to the music and like feel the energy in the room. And my body will just
Yeah.
be like, yes, like, and that's only happened to me in the last couple of years. Like, I don't know if it's just my
Wow.
body reminding me how much I love to sing, and how like what that connection feels like. But yeah, I've had it a few times, not a whole lot, but a few times when I'm singing and I'm just like, it just feels like electric, you know?
Mhm.
Um,
Yep.
have you
Wow.
ever given yourself goosebumps? Meaning not
Um,
yourself, but just like
right.
the experience?
But, like, why would it I don't think it'd be bad if I did give myself goosebumps, like, myself. Um, because doesn't that just mean that you're so in it that it's magic and it's
It's like the deep connection inside your
yeah.
soul, But I
Yeah.
know it's weird to say that. I don't know.
Well, I think we should make it unweird.
I have issues with self-acceptance.
I totally get it.
Honestly, dear listener. Yeah.
Woo! I don't know if I've ever given myself goosebumps, like, sometimes when I dance, I
Mm,
do. I've been
mm,
doing this thing where I will come down to my studio in the morning. The boys are at school. Seth is asleep. I'm the only one awake in my house. And
mhm,
I will put some music in my headphones. Lately, the song has been Aqueous Transmission by Incubus.
mm,
And I will just stand in this room, like right
mhm,
behind me, and I will play it and I say, "Okay, body, how do you want to move? You
mm,
take over." And I'm finding that when we're talking about and I'm learning about trauma, like trauma lives in our bodies, right? We
mm,
know
mm,
this. And we can learn so much about trauma. We can know so much about trauma, right? That is very intellectual. That is brain, that is logic, that's up here. But a lot of times, in order to move through trauma, our bodies literally have to move. Like, I've heard it described as
mm,
like, you can talk all you want about music theory and learning to play the piano. You can talk and know everything about every single way to approach learning piano. You can know ins and outs of piano. You can know exact all the things, right? But
mhm,
you are not actually going to know how to play piano until your body practices it,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
And that's kind of the difference. And so I am allowing uh my body to kind of have like free expression, free play time. And I
Mm,
feel, and I'm not telling it what movement to do. So I
mhm,
was on the ground the other day, kicking
mm,
all the air above me, around me, all the air. And there was no conscious, like, I'm going to do this. It was my body doing something,
mhm,
working out something and needing to do it in the physical. And
mhm,
I don't know logically what's happening. I just know that she really likes it and feels alive and feels stronger, and like she feels more alive once I
mm,
let her do that.
mhm, mhm. I get that. I think I've said before that, especially in the winter, because I get like really weird and sad here. Um,
Mhm.
I will go like rage dance, either in my apartment, but sometimes if I'm really needing sunshine, I'll go like rage dance in the park. I'll like skip around and like kick and like punch the air.
Yeah.
um, and yeah, I think there have been times once or twice I've literally just been crying, like dancing outside in the sunshine at the park. Um, and yeah, I feel that. It's like this release that your body really needs, and it's like, yes, like it's the best. And I have heard
Mhm.
that so many times too, that like you can logically know stuff and like work through things, but until you like physically are moving your body, it doesn't work through it. Um I Yeah, and dance is such a great, like unstructured dance is such a great
Mhm.
way to move through that. So that's cool. That's when you've got your frisson. Get your
Mhm.
frisson.
Then I got my frisson. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I know we're wildly mispronouncing it when we say it like that probably, but I like it. Missy Elliott.
Mhm.
Speaking of that stuff, I've been thinking a lot about, okay, so we've talked a little bit about play in the past. Um and I have been so resistant to play. Anytime people
Ooh.
talk about play, I get like pissed. And lately, I've been trying to be more the lady who plays at the park and draws and does this stuff. But really, only in the last year have I been like, for no purpose, I'm going to play and make something, you know?
Right.
Um, and wouldn't you know, it's actually helpful.
Ooh, tell me about that. I want to
I
know
mean,
more.
okay, so the reason that I say, and I probably again have talked about this before, but you guys don't have these episodes memorized if I don't. So I, when I was a kid, we were so, everything was for God, everything was for winning souls. I was an entrepreneur. I would try to start nonprofits for old people. I would try to start Bible studies. I would be teaching my friends choreography to Christian music. I was employing
Mhm.
myself constantly. And there was not a lot of play. I mean, if I played basketball, it's because I need to be a famous basketball player, so I must practice. There was no like play. It was like, I'm catching grasshoppers so I can make a bait business, um selling grasshoppers as fish bait. Um and so when people have talked to me about like play is so important, I'm like, like I've made it my whole life without playing, asshole. Um, and it turns out like you actually do need to play and not just convincing yourself that your art is play, because that's what I've been doing. Like, well, they
Ah.
call it playing music and I'm having a great time. So this is play. But actually like allowing yourself to do things for no reason and move your body and make dumb things that don't matter can be so, I was going to say enlightening, but it like has just made me feel lighter. Like I sat down and drew a dog and that made me feel happy. That's fucking weird. Yeah. Anyway, do you get what I'm saying? Or am I just like
I sure
rambling?
do.
Okay, tell
Yep.
me about what do you how do you connect with that bunch of bullshit I just said?
It's tough because I hear several things. It's like, well, if you allow your art to become play, then dot dot dot. Um that's difficult for
Mhm.
me. I mean, if I'm really in the zone and I'm writing something that I'm like, "Ooh, that's fun," and then I could say it this way, and this is ridiculous. Yeah, let's put that in. Like, I get into those states of just like, "Yep, give it to me. Let's come on, let's go."
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like that whole thing. And that does feel like playing, you know?
Mhm.
Um, I s but I'm also trying to make something happen with all of that.
Mhm.
So, I'm also kinda confused about play. I wanna know what are the rules here with play? Which is weird because that seems like an oxymoron, but, it's like the whole, like, "What is art?" thing. Well, is art only art if it's not utilitarian or practical or you can't use
Mm.
it for something, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
is play only valid when you don't expect to make any money with it or it's not serving any logical
Purpose.
purpose, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, and it's just so funny to me when I think about when did I become such an adult?
Mm.
No child on recess is having a meeting with other children going, "Okay, so, like, what are the rules about this kind of play? Like, are we planning on selling
Uh,
the thing that we make with the" except for you, except for
exactly.
you. Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
except for you.
Go ahead.
Except for you. Um, do you know what I'm saying, though? Like, and maybe I'm making too much of a generalization about children because, of course, there's variability in there, but, like
You didn't no, don't worry. I was not normal. That's an issue. Go ahead.
but, like, when did play get to be so heavy and get to be so cerebral, you know?
Mhm.
Like, I admittedly am in my head a lot, and because that it's ordered feeling in there, it feels like there are rules that we follow, and we do all of this because it's safe, because I'm afraid. It's
Mm,
all
mm,
fear, right?
mhm,
So play feels like, what do you mean? It's instinct, it's underneath, it's allowing your body to do what it wants to do. That
mhm,
feels out of control.
mhm,
And I don't know what to do with something that's out of control because I could get unsafe real fast
mm.
if I did that, right? If we just let our body.
Yeah, and it never stops, and then I'm
Right,
suddenly not a functioning member of society. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, at what point did you start telling yourself you don't get to play anymore?
I mean, I don't know if I ever had that thought. I still do play. I feel like I'm very playful socially,
Mm,
and um I mean, that is kind of turned into my play where if I am in a group of people, where I feel very comfortable is in making people laugh, in in bringing out some kind of delight or ridiculous something or other, you know?
mm,
And so
mhm,
that has been where my play it has been. And so I do feel like I play, but it's a very like socially adult sanctioned type of a play, which isn't I don't want to demonize that. I don't think what I'm doing is bad.
no,
Uh,
no.
I feel like play is very what's the word? It's not self-conscious.
Yeah,
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah,
yeah,
it's not self-conscious. I remember when I was and I thinking about times when I was not self-conscious, I must have been really, really little because I remember feeling self-conscious really early. And I think partially because I had trauma really early,
mhm,
and that has a way of making you wake up almost and make you more self-conscious because you are aware that your body can be violated, and so you must be self-protective.
Like on high alert.
Right, which
Yeah.
is the definition of self-conscious
Mhm.
and others conscious. Um, so I remember just being really, really little. And I remember and I still look back on those times when I was really little with embarrassment,
Mm,
thinking, "Don't you even know how you came across? You
mm,
were so bossy. You were so all this stuff." Like, I berate myself for the times that I was unself-conscious, but I also know that those were times when I played and didn't think about what I was doing.
mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I I remember like cuz when I was at church, I was like the pastor's kid, and I was supposed to be a certain way, it felt like.
Mm.
And so I remember one time I just let myself play, and I forget how old I was. I had to have been like under 10. And I know I was like in a dress and had thick tights on, and I was playing with the other kids and like hitting a balloon and running around and stuff. And one of the ladies in the church was like, "That's not ladylike, Emily." And I just remembered being like,
Oh.
I purposely was letting myself, because I never let myself be a kid ever. And I remembered making a conscious decision to play with the other kids. And then
Oh.
someone in the church was like, "Stop," you know? And I was like, "Okay, whatever." In my head, I knew it was wrong, but I was like, I guess like that's why I don't do this. Okay, you know. Um, but
Emily.
I mean, it's just what it is. But I do think now everything is like productivity. Even the creativity has to be productive,
Mhm.
all that stuff. And lately, I mean, after I've read The Artist's Way a couple times now, I've been like, yeah, I just go. There's a little art store down the street. Sometimes I'll just go get some paper and like get a new pencil or something and just draw something, or I'll sit down with colored pencils and just start like drawing circles for no reason, like little bubbles, and oh, that's cute. Well, maybe I could make that into hair or whatever. And there are these things in my mind telling me, what's the point of doing this? And I'm
Mm.
like, the point is you just let yourself not have a point.
Mhm.
And when I do that, I often, the byproduct is that I get creative in a more structured way of something, like to be motivated to do something. And then sometimes I don't, but I just feel lighter after. And I think
Mm.
I don't know if our listeners have trouble with this stuff, but I just do feel like allowing myself to just have a joyful experience with something that I'm just doing, like with my body, like drawing or cutting up pieces of paper and putting them in weird little things, or rolling clay around, or doing stuff like that, or dancing. Like I allowing myself to do that makes my life better, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
Um so and it makes me, I think, more creative and less critical of
Mhm.
the art that I am trying to make in my life, because I'm like, well, what if I take the just draw some circles approach on this next song? And that's how I've come up with better ideas lately, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Wow. I'm thinking about what would happen if, like, just as a thought experiment, like, what would the thoughts and feelings be if I had a whole drawing notebook that I just sat down and one page was all circles because I wanted to, another
mm,
page was all stars, whatever it was.
mhm.
My feeling would be, why are you wasting this paper?
Yeah.
You're literally have a resource right now and you're wasting it. It's
Mhm,
like when you get stickers, right? I was always that kid that got stickers, like a whole sheet of stickers, let's say, and
mhm.
never used them.
Yeah, because you didn't want to waste them.
I don't want to waste them.
But the whole fucking point of stickers is that they're frivolous and you just get to put them places. I was the same.
Yes. Yes. I could have enjoyed all of that. Who cares? If you're now, I'm not saying, like, let's go and, like, buy reams of paper and just, like, but that what I just said is the black and white thinking, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Oh,
If I
oh,
let
if you
myself.
have a notebook where you fill it up with things that are a waste, what, are you just gonna now just go out, you're just gonna you're gonna buy stock in a paper company and burn it all down? Like, is that what you're gonna like, that's literally where I go.
I know. And then everyone knows you don't care about the fucking environment because
Right,
all you're gonna do is just take a bunch of pieces of paper and wrinkle them up and throw them outside on the street. That's like
exactly.
burn the paper, play it
Just
to the ground.
burn. Yeah, that's where my mind goes. If
Yeah.
you allow yourself freedom to see where it goes in one area, you could get out of control. You could
Mhm,
lose it.
mhm.
So don't even go there.
When I'm writing, sometimes I'm like, what if I write something that's like more musical theatery? And then I'm like, well, what now? You think you're a fucking musical theater writer? You're not going to be a musical theater writer. What if you are? And then you get famous for musical theater writing and you can't stop it. And you never wanted to be a musical theater writer. Okay, great. I'm just going to sit down.
Yep.
Like, what? Why
Yep.
don't you just go draw some circles on a paper? Like,
Right.
let yourself do more frivolous things and see that you could trust yourself to just play for a little bit and you're not going to lose your mind forever.
Right. Right.
I wonder, listeners, are you, I'm thinking about this. Are you identifying with this? Because, like, this sounds, when if I like separate myself from this, I'm like, this is weird. Is this, is this what you guys go through too? Like, I think it, I think it's not only people with religious trauma that have these issues. Women have these issues because we were always like the very well behaved ones and we had to have
Mhm.
like structure. I mean, men probably the same exact way. It's like you can't just do something just to do it,
Right.
you know?
Totally. I think it, and I am speaking out of ignorance here, but from what the things that have read about the Puritans, like, this is a very puritanical idea, right?
Mm,
Stay in your head, everything has to be measured and everything like, we can't waste not, want not, right? Everything is
mm-hmm,
clean, everything is order, like, everything has a reason behind doing it, or else it's frivolous and wasteful and also selfish. How
mm-hmm,
selfish are you going to be when there are X, Y, and Z chores to be done at a house?
mm,
You're going to sit down and not only waste resources but waste time and fill that time with something that you could have used that time to do all these other things for the family or the community or blah blah blah. Like, it's all of that playing over
mm-hmm,
and over again. And honestly, Emily, I think it's a whole chili pot of reasons, right, for us.
mm-hmm,
Even if you didn't grow up religious, you still grew up in if you live in the United States, you still grew up being in some way affected by puritanical ideas, by
mm-hmm. And
patriarchal ideas,
capitalism.
by capitalistic ideas, and, by religious ideas. You don't have to be religious to have been affected by Christianity in this country.
Mm-hmm. Under God, indivisible. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
And so really what we're talking about is going back to a more human intuitive nature. Like, we're talking about colonization and decolonization,
Mm,
right? When we do something frivolous, I'm saying this with, like, air quotes. When we're doing something that seems like we're wasting time, wasting resources, being selfish, but the body is like, but I want this.
mm, mhm,
Like, that's a radical idea.
mhm,
Art
mhm,
is radical. Play is
mhm,
radical.
mhm.
And rest is radical.
Yeah, yeah, which is like, apparently important too. That was my new
Right.
song. Yeah, I just wrote that. It's a
Yeah.
little too low for me, so I need to raise the key, but, uh yeah,
Yeah.
rest. That's another source of guilt. We need that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. And not the kind of rest that's sitting there being like, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit laying down on a couch. Like we don't need that's not rest.
That was my Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm just a little turd in a blanket watching Hulu.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, rest is not laying in bed on your phone being like, I know I shouldn't be doing this. I know I shouldn't be doing this. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm doing it. Like it's rest, I think, is intentional.
Mm.
It's like being like, no, I am choosing this.
I've noticed if I don't get that purposeful rest, because I didn't for like, I don't know, the first 35 years of my life, that my body will do it for me.
Yep. Yep.
And then it's like, you can't do anything because you
Yeah.
haven't given me this time on purpose. And I think with aging, that's our body will slow us down.
Right.
Um, but it is like you said, it not haphazardly like scrolling and feeling like an ass for it, but just being like, okay, I choose to whatever this is, unplug. I choose to go for a walk if that feels like rest to me. I choose to watch a dumb TV show if that feels like rest to me. You
Right.
know, draw circles on a paper, go to bed,
Mm-hmm.
lock myself in my bedroom
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
say, just let me be for 10 minutes,
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but those of us with kids and partners, sometimes that's it. Like I need 10 minutes where no one knocks on the door, you know?
Mm-hmm. Rest doesn't feel that tough for me. What is tough for me is the accompanying shame and guilt,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
all the tape that plays. It's like, once again, just like we were talking about with the drawing in the paper, you're wasting time, you're wasting time, you're
Mhm.
wasting resources. You could be cleaning a sink, you could be mm, washing a dish, you could be all the stuff. Oh, you could be making your art. You could be making your art
Mm.
great. You could be da 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 da
Mhm.
da all the time, all the time, all the
Mhm.
time, all the time.
Yep. And that's what I was saying about like if we try to put pressure on our art to be the play or on, to be this other accomplishment, sometimes it can, I mean, we want our art to be play, that'd be great. But it can't take that pressure either. Like you can't rest because you have to make your art. Like no, you will make art when you're more rested. I've noticed if I give myself space to get a little bored, even sometimes,
Mhm.
that's when I'm like, oh, I could go do this. Yay. Um, I've also had times recently where I'm like being very mean to myself and I'll just say out loud, like, leave her alone.
Mhm.
Like, if I need rest and I'm like, you shouldn't, blah, 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 and my thoughts start going, I will actually out loud be like, leave her alone. She needs a
Mm.
few minutes, leave her alone, and
Mhm.
try my best to push that aside so I can enjoy this time. Then I get more meaningful rest and I don't have to do it a billion times a day because I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're doing good. This is like therapy today.
Uh-huh. Same.
Yeah.
Emily, I just want to acknowledge that it's really hard to make a change in your life. And I know that's like a duh, but like if you've been walking a path for your whole life and then you choose to make even a little diversion from the path that it feels so exhausting.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I don't want to um I certainly don't want to come across as like just rest. Just do it. Just like sit down with a piece of paper and draw circles. Like what? Like it's hard. Like this is This is really hard stuff. I mean, the behavior, yeah, I can sit down and draw circles. Like I could that would be easy. It's the reasons why we do things, the
Mhm.
motivations, it's the willfully and intentionally changing uh our framework for thinking that
Mhm.
is so exhausting. And
Mm.
maybe I'm being I actually don't think I'm being overly dramatic. It's hard.
No, I don't think you are either. I mean, it's taken me so long to figure out, and I still am figuring out constantly what play would look like for me or what
Mhm.
rest would look like for me. And I had to ask myself that a lot. Like, I don't know if y'all are like me at all, but it's not like I just wish I could play and I know what that looks like. It's like I don't rest. I don't let my mind wander. I don't play, I don't think. What does that look like? And maybe
Mhm.
that's where you're at. Like, what would I even
Mhm.
do? Or what in my life do I have right now that feels like that to me? That
Mhm.
might feel like play to me? And what
Yeah.
could I do maybe on purpose just for a few minutes or just once a week or just when I'm doing it to be like, yay, this,
Mhm.
you might be there. It's not like, we're not assigning ourselves or you some like big life change. But maybe if
Mhm.
you're like, "Oh, I want that."
Mhm.
What does that even look like for me? You know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. To know yourself. Whew.
yeah.
Ew. It's it's like it's the hardest thing, which is so interesting because we've been in these bodies our entire existence.
Mhm.
They are so close to us. They're closer than anything's ever going to be. And yet in so many ways I feel like I don't even know her,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
Maybe that's the life's work is like truly when they said know thyself, like actually knowing her.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yep. That's it. We've cracked the code, the meaning of life.
There you go. 42.
Yep. Oh,
There it
that's
is.
next year for me. Okay. I'll
Me
get to it.
too.
Yeah.
We will know everything,
At
Emily, when
42.
at 42. Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, that's a reference to a book called Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. Well, now that we've figured it out, let's go draw some circles. I actually do, after this, I'm going to go buy some stickers. I'm just going to put them on some paper.
Yes. I have like a whole stack of drawing notebooks that I haven't drawn in.
Mm,
So I think maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one and be like, we're going to waste this, the whole thing.
mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Don't worry.
It's not like
Nothing.
you're just going to draw a line on each one and be like,
Exactly.
wasted.
Right. No.
But it's not precious. You don't have to create a perfect work of art on every page or
Right.
nothing.
Oftentimes, if you can work one muscle, then you can, if you want to work another muscle that you've never worked before, you can just reference what you did with the first muscle.
Mm,
So I know what it's like to show up in a room, put on some music and say, body, do it. Whatever it looks like. So I know what that's like.
mm-hmm,
So what if I did the same thing, but with the drawing notebook?
mm,
I didn't tell myself what to do at all. I just put the thing in my hand and said, go.
mm-hmm. You know, I think that's a really good idea. And I think in the artist's way, I could be wrong. She says like a thing you could do if you want is like put on an album or a song, and just draw how it makes you feel.
Mhm.
And I took crayons and just started like making weird shapes, and it ended up being kind of a thing, but like it mostly is just weird. And it was like Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life, like just one of the sides. And I just was like, this and this and this and this. And it was really fun. Like, and I didn't have to go fucking post it. I just did it and it felt good. Because that's like
Yeah.
how the music made me feel.
Yeah. I think that's really interesting that you just said I didn't go and post it, which is really, really interesting because isn't that like, especially in how we live right now, that is kind of what we do. Is
Mhm.
we're like, "Oh, this is yes, something post-worthy."
Mhm.
Now, I don't care if you make something and post it or make something and not post it, but the point is like there's not a pressure on the thing,
There's no
right?
purpose.
There's no reason. I mean, well, there's
Mhm.
reason, I guess, but there's like it just is.
Mhm. It's not it's not creating something for something else. It's
Right.
just doing it for yourself and then not judging it with like this is good enough or not good enough for
Right.
something.
Yep.
Just do a thing.
Yep. And then my brain goes, "Okay, what if you make a big thing and then what do you do with it? Do I recycle it? Do I throw it away? Do I give it to like, what do I do? Do I put it up on the wall? What am I supposed to do with this? Maybe I don't maybe that eh, like you said,
I've
not being precious.
yeah, I've thought that about those, like sip and paint things. It's like I'm not
Like the
gonna
paintings, the drink
yeah,
wine and paint paintings at a
yeah.
thing.
Like what if you just throw it out after cuz you just
Yeah?
wanted to have the experience? Like I don't know.
Or
Just
donate
go
it to the
do
this
a
is where
thing.
I'm like, "Oh, duh, that's wasteful. You gotta drop it off at Goodwill so that somebody can paint over it and use the canvas again." Like that's and maybe that I
I
don't
mean, that's
know.
cool too. I've not thrown them out, but I have like carried it around for 5 years and just like not I'm like, okay, you know.
Right?
Um but yeah, also that's an experience. There's so many times we like we go experience a nice meal and time and we shit it out like and flush it down the toilet. We it's not like, well, what was the point? It's like
That's a really good point. We don't ever think, "Gosh, that's wasteful." We ate
I
it. And,
I mean, yeah.
it's on and I think the same thing can be said about our doing art and then letting it go. Like, it nourished you.
Yeah. Even if your meal had no nutritional value, you're not like, "Oh my god, I wasted it cuz I ate french fries and there's no value in that."
Right.
Like you're just like, "Oh, I had fun with my friend."
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Interesting.
just drew this stupid thing and I had fun with me, my friend.
I think so much of this about, like, all the particulars, like, am I wasting? What am I gonna do with it? Am I gonna post it? Am I gonna d like, I think all of that is just fear.
Mhm.
I have to look down the road as far as I can. I'm already planning for a mile in front of me with
Mhm.
things. And I think, I don't think there's anything wrong with being prepared, but
Obviously.
when we're talking about play, maybe we don't have to be so vigilant about looking down the road a mile. Maybe play is about right where we're standing on the road right now. So being
Mhm.
fully in now looks like I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Mhm.
I don't know I don't even know what I'm going to make. I don't know and I'm good with the uncertainty.
Practice that.
Well, here we are, having solved everything.
Oh my god.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming on this journey of discovering everything.
Listening to us muddle through fear and weird.
Fear weird. Get your frizz on.
Honestly, dear listener,